Morning guys, Terrrainguy here. Just going to do a little bit of an unboxing video here this morning for you. I got my Scenic Express order in, so I wanted to show you what I got and attempt to answer some questions as I go, because I get a lot of questions about what I use, where it comes from, kind of like how much you get, what size are things, and so I'll attempt to answer some of those as I go. What you see here, first item, is two silver grass mats. Do you see those? Look and face out. These are the buffalo grass mats. Let's see here, their item numbers there. It's a little glary, sorry. It's the cattle pasture spring. So these are pretty expensive items. They're about $35 each. I will take out one. I'm not going to unwrap everything. Will show you these. They're pretty substantive. You see there, and then you can kind of, as I turn it to the light, you can see the grass tufts. So they're nice. You just lay them down. They're really thick, and they give you a really dramatic effect for breaking up ground cover. So we're going to give those a shot and see how they work. And I did get two of those, so save you a lot of time on flocking as well. So if you're thinking about cheap flock, but then versus the glue, the time, the multiple layers, the drying, sometimes something like this is well worth the price. So I get two of those. Next item up, I'll do all the silver products first. Next up, I got this. This is leafy strips. There's the item number there. Again, a silver product. This is, sorry, I apologize for the plastic. These are strips of plants. They're actually in the website they call them soybeans. So you lay those down, you put them on the crop rows, and I'll show you which crop rows I'm talking about. And then that gives you a nice sort of three-dimensional crop, as opposed to just putting a flock down. Flocks are great, just put them down as sprouts, but sometimes it's nice to have something with a little more substance to it. So that's that. Again, just a standard silver tufts. They come on a peel and stick page, kind of like little glue dots almost. I still recommend you put a little glue in the back of them, just to give them that extra stick, especially if you're sticking them on top of flocking, because sometimes if you just stick them down with the adhesive that comes on them, it doesn't always adhere to the flocking. These are summer again, so I'm going for a more greeny look on this one as opposed to the yellow look that I typically go for. Here is, you can kind of pick it up there. These are pathway strips. These are the 2 mil pathway strips. So you lay those down in the center of pathway, and that gives you that nice raised look, you know, with a dual tire track type of thing. So, and then you can always shade up the tops of that by sprinkling a little different color flock on them to break up that sort of monochromatic green look. Let me see if I get any more silver products. I know I got two more small ones here in the bottom. Yeah. They released these sort of silverettes, they're called. These right here are about $27 for a box. You get a big sheet, but a lot of times if you're just doing bases, you don't need this much. I do because I'm doing a big huge board, but if you just want to do your miniature bases, they actually release these here. They're just almost like a sample pack. It's dual-sided, so you get this much times 2, and again, all the range is released in that sort of look, so you can get all the colors, all the brands. Here I have summer, of course, and here I have late summer, so the more yellowish look. These I'm going to use for like just the sprigs here and there, road edges and stuff, and they're the small ones versus the bigger clumps. So this is really nice if you want to do your bases to match your board. Then you pick these up. These are only $5.99, so it's still fairly pricey, but certainly not $27. So that's the next item. I ordered 2 boxes of Hecky trees. right here. This was called I think this was the Mixed Forest, something like that. It's in German mainly, so I'm unable to read it. They're made in Germany as well, so they're pretty pretty popular item. Good tree. I use almost exclusively use Heki trees. In the box itself, there's a variety of sizes. Some of the trees come with no bases, which is kind of a pain. I was unaware of that, but what I'll do is I'll just match those up on a disc, so it shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, I got 2 boxes of those, so 2 of those. One's in the old style packaging, one's in the new one, if you're wondering why they're a different color. I picked up another marsh. I had a customer, or not a customer, I had a person email me about the pond and the ripple effect. This comes with the ripple sheet, as well as the blue coloring, and as well as all the sulfur tufts already glued down. So you're probably getting, this is a I think the price tag's still on there, $42 item, but you're probably getting about $20 just in sulfur tufts alone on it. And if you were to spend the time to stick all those down, you're probably gonna at least spend probably an hour or 2. So I just like to pick this item up. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in any other colors for the flocking around the package. So what you need to do is you need to stick this down, and then you need to cover over this just to kind of match up your look. So I'm going to actually tone this down to a darker green. But other than that, I'm really happy with this product. This is second time I've used it, so I do recommend this one, even though it is $40. It's an Insta Pond, and it really does look good actually. So next item I have. A lot of you guys buy the small Citadel static grasses. That's just not enough for me, so I buy static grass in this size. It's a 1 pound bag. If you know how light static grass is, you know that is a lot of static grass. I'm not sure if it has a weight on it. Yeah, so it's 1 pound. So that's really, I think it says it on it. Yeah, 1 pound. So that should do for a while. I probably won't use all of this on the board, but it's there if I need it. And then I go into my mixes, what I'm using for shading up and shading down. I've talked about shading up, shading down a lot. What that means is you use your base color, and then you're either going to lighten areas or darken areas. Darken under trees, lighten in open spaces where the sun is probably gleaming and hitting the base a little more. Picked up this. I think I've used this before. I have like 40 of these tubs, so I can't remember always what ones I use, but this is the shrub blend, and I'll show these a little more when I do the tutorial, so apologize for the glare here, but this is a Flock and Turf product. This is a Scenic Express product. They make really good stuff. I actually almost exclusively use their flocking. I like the container size, and I like what you get for the price. They're a little less than other companies. This is a little more generic, but here is, this one here is called Alpine Meadow. This one just has small flecks, hard to see, but little flecks of ballast in there, and that just adds a little bit of rock. I like to use this right on the road edges. It saves me having to mix the flock and the rock together. So along the road edge, I'll often sprinkle this, and it looks kind of like the rocks have been like sort of kicked off the main pathway and onto the grass. So that's that. Another flocking that I picked up. I picked up this right here. It's called Spring Green, but it actually is really dark. It matches up well with the summer blends that I got in the Sulfur brand. So this again is the Scenic Express. I don't usually buy shakers a lot of times, so you can buy the package, and it's probably like $6 less. But I was running out of shakers because I use the empty shakers. Don't throw them out. Keep them for your mixes as you mix things together, because once you start a big project, if you got to try to do your formula again, sometimes it doesn't always work out. And if you're working in tiles like I am, and you have one section and another section, you put them together and it's kind of different, then you got to worry about blending. So it's not so much if it's on one side of the board or another, but what you want to make sure is that you keep your either formula written down, or you keep a big bulk of the mix done up and in